It is election day here on Erie News Now. The polls are open. They're ready for you to cast your vote if you haven't done so already. Voters are headed to the polls casting those ballots in several key local and statewide races. And our Mark Soliday is live at the Erie County Courthouse where all the votes will be counted with Mark. Good morning, Mark.
Yeah, good morning, Tracy. Nice to see you and talk to everybody at home once again. Yeah, as we're about 8 hours away from that vote counting process starting here at the voter registration office inside a crew of about 18 or so getting ready for that big job, again, starting at about 8 o'clock tonight when the polls close. But still a lot of votes being cast today and a lot of those mail-in ballots still arriving here at the Erie County Courthouse. We'll talk about a bit more about that in just a sec. But yeah, we made a stop earlier today out at Jefferson School on Erie's east side this morning. That's where Democratic mayoral candidate Daria Devlin cast her ballot. Poll workers at Jefferson say it's been that kind of expected slow trickle of voters that we can tend to see in a non-presidential primary. They're hoping for a rush, if you can call it that, a little bit later on today when some of those folks get out of work. Voter turnout for these municipal primaries tends to fall somewhere between 20 and 30%. I was talking with election supervisor Tanya Fernandez. She tells me at this point she's thinking it's going to be somewhere in that 20% turnout neighborhood. They do believe that the mayor's race here in Erie will bring more people out to the polls as we work through this Tuesday. Today's primary, realistically, for that race. Erie hasn't elected a Republican mayor in some 60-plus years. Some other races, as you mentioned earlier, to decide today include Erie County Executive, Sheriff, Clerk of Records, and Common Pleas Court Judge. We're also still waiting to see how many more mail-in ballots will come back to the courthouse today. Of course, we've got the drop box out front, but a lot of those being brought here, of course, by the post office. We saw election supervisor Tanya Fernandez just a couple of minutes ago going downstairs, gathering up the latest batch of mail-in ballots. They sent out about 19,000 to Erie County voters this year. Still about 5,000 or so yet to come back, so they're hoping for more of those mail-in ballots. They are sending out a reminder to folks, though, if you don't have time to get that mail-in ballot here to the courthouse by 8 o'clock tonight, you can take it to your regular polling station, turn it in there, and then just cast your ballot old school style. Voting continues until 8. The counting starts after that. And of course, you can count on Erie News Now for the very latest coverage all night long. From here at the Erie County Courthouse, I'm Mark Soliday. Tracy, back to you.